Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today with this question we will introduce a new pattern which is hashing. So we will do several questions of this particular pattern. So let's begin with this particular question. The question says we have to find intersection of two arrays. We are given two arrays nums1 and nums2. The intersection has to be found. So for example, this is the input. We can see that 2 and 2, this particular number appears in both the arrays, so the output is 2. So this way we have to solve this particular question. Let's understand the question. So we are given two arrays and we have to return their intersection, but the result must contain all unique elements and the order doesn't matter. For example, nums1 is this and nums2 is this. So the output will be intersection of that. So is 1 present in this particular array? No. Is 2 present? Yes. So 2 will be the output. Is 2 present? Yes. But we only need unique, so we will not add 2 again. Is 1 present? No, 1 is not present. So the output will be 2 only. So this is the question. So first let's look at the naive solution. So for naive solution, the idea is to compare every element of num1 with every element of num2. So we will have two loops for that. We will have a vector for result. Let's call it result. So we will have one loop here. This is the outer loop which will point to one element of num1, and there will be an inner loop which will compare every element of num2. Now we will check if we have element of num1 and num2 equal. In that case, we will add the element to the result. But we only need unique elements in the result. So for that, we need to check if result already have any such element existing or not. So for that, we will put a condition that if so this function will find if the result has this particular element or not. So if the element does not exist, what we will do is result dot push back this element, and at last we will return the result. So the time complexity of this particular solution, if let's say the size is n of this array and m of this array, then the time complexity is order n into m, and space complexity is order 1. So we need to optimize this particular time complexity. For that we have hashing. So we need to ask ourselves, instead of checking every element again and again, can we store element for instant lookup? This is where hash set or hash map, we can say, comes in picture. So hashing gives you order 1 average lookup and no repeated scanning. Instead of searching, we just check is this element present. So let's look at hashing now. So with hashing, what we'll do is we will store every element for instant lookup, and the lookup will take order 1 of time. So no repeated scanning. So the basic idea is we will insert all the elements of num1 to the set. We will iterate through num2. And if element exists in set, we add the element to the result. We remove element from set to avoid duplicates. So let's code this particular solution. So let's understand this solution. What we'll have is we will have a set and we will put elements into this set. So we will put 1, we will put 2, 2 is repeated, and 1 again. So the set now has these many elements. Now we will iterate through the num2. We have 2 in the beginning. We will check if 2 exists in the set. Yes, we will check if 2 exists in the set, we can see that yes, 2 exists. We will have a result and we will add 2 to the result. And we will remove this particular element from the set. Now we will check again. Is 2 present? But the 2 was removed. So 2 is not present now. So this way we have result as 2 only. So now let's code this particular solution. So we will have an unordered set. In set we have added nums1 array from begin to end. And now we will have a vector for result. Now what we'll do is we will iterate through num2. And what we will find, we will see if the set which is S has this element or not. If the set has this element, in that case, in result, we will add this element. And we will erase this element from this set. At last, we will return result. So what this will do, we will have a set and we will add all the element of num1 to the set, and we will check if the num2 element exists in the set or not. If it does not exist, then we have to ignore it, and if it exists in the set, in that case we will add that element to the result and erase this element from the set. So this is the solution. In this solution we have used hashing. Now let's code this solution. So we will have a unordered set. This will store a int variables, and let's name this set S. Let's initialize this set also here only. So what we want in this set is all elements of num1. So what we will do is num1 dot begin, nums1 dot end. So this way we have initialized a set which has all the element of num1. Now we will keep a vector int for returning a result. So we have initialized the result. This way we will loop through completely through nums2, and we will check if the set has this element already or not. So which element? Num. So this statement checks if set has this element or not. If it is true, that means set has this element, and if it's false, then it does not have. Now if the set already has the element, in that case what we'll do is we will add this element to the result and erase this element from the set, because we only want unique elements. At last we need to return result. So this way we have coded this solution. Let's run our solution. So our solution is passing the test case. Let's submit this solution. So the solution is perfectly fine and submitted in the LeetCode. For more such videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Thank you.